Level 1, the nobody. You're 13, alone in your room in Millbrook, Ohio, with a pawn shop Yamaha that cost $40. Only 5 of its 6 strings hold a tune. The low E buzzes no matter how many times you replace it. Every song you write just learns to work around that one broken string. Your fingertips split open before they callous, so you tape them at night so your mom won't ask questions. Your mom finds one blood spot on the pillowcase and asks if you've been in a fight. You say yes. You keep a spiral notebook hidden under your mattress. Half of it is crossed out first lines that went nowhere. You first learned 3 chords wrong from a photocopied chart your cousin gave you with the fret numbers smudged. When your bedroom door won't latch all the way, you wedge a pillow into the gap so the hallway can't hear you. You've written 41 songs. You've played exactly 0 of them for another human being. The school talent show sign-up sheet sits on the cafeteria corkboard for 3 weeks straight. You walk past it every single day. You never once write your name on it. Your dad thinks the hobby is a phase. You don't correct him. You practice the same 4 bars for 11 straight nights. Your only real audience so far is the family dog. You save every allowance dollar in the jar instead of buying lunch. Your hands ache the next morning after every long practice session. You write a song about a girl who's never spoken to you once. Your bedroom light stays on past midnight more nights than not. You keep the volume at exactly 2, the loudest it can go unheard. Level 2, the kid who can sing. At 16, you finally play in front of actual strangers, open mic night at a bar called the Rusty Anchor. The host mispronounces your name reading it off the sign-up sheet. The $5 tip jar on the stool beside you sits empty until the last note. When you finish, for 1 second nobody moves. Then someone in the back actually claps. The first time you touch a real PA system, you don't know what feedback is, and the shriek makes the whole bar wince before the owner, a woman everyone calls Big Sal, reaches over and turns a knob without a word. A stranger's cousin films the whole thing on a cracked phone screen and posts it in the town's local Facebook group. By Monday morning, it has 247 shares. The county paper runs 4 sentences about it on page 6. Big Sal starts saving you the same corner stool every 3rd Thursday without you asking. Now people start asking you to sing at things. A cousin's wedding pays you $80 cash in an envelope. At the 4th of July block party, the PA system cuts out halfway through your second song. You finish it anyway, a cappella, over the sound of somebody's lawnmower still running 2 yards over. A gas station clerk recognizes you from the video and asks you to sign a receipt, and you don't own a pen, so you sign it in eyeliner she keeps behind the counter. You start getting requests you don't know. People shouting song titles you've never heard, and you learn 3 of them by the next weekend just so you're not caught off guard again. After a gig, a man named Dale Rourke corners you by the ice machine. He runs the board at WMBK, the college radio station. He smells like a pack of Marlboros and says exactly 6 words. Come by the station Thursday, kid. Dale keeps a coffee can on his desk labeled gas money, and after your 3rd visit, you find out that he's been quietly paying for your bus fare out of it. Thursday, Dale hands you real studio headphones and says the room is yours until midnight, no questions asked. The AC is broken and it's 91 degrees, and you can hear yourself breathing between every line on the recording. You record a song called Rust and Runaways in 1 take, because that's all the studio time Dale can sneak you. Dale doesn't say it's good. He just quietly saves the file in a folder labeled with your name and nothing else. Big Sal starts calling you by name instead of kid now. You learn to tune by ear during the bar's Loud Friday crowd. Someone requests a song you wrote and you almost forget the words. Your set list grows from 2 songs to 5 within a month. You start getting paid in tips instead of just a flat fee. A regular named Frank always sits front row, arms crossed, never smiling. You learn the hard way that a broken string ends the whole set. Dale teaches you to EQ your own voice for the first time. You start writing set lists on the back of gas station receipts. Your mom starts coming to every single Thursday show without asking. You learn what a sound check actually is, badly, in front of people. You play your first cover request completely wrong and nobody notices. Your voice finally stops cracking on the high notes, most nights. You start closing every set with Rust and Runaways, unofficially. Big Sal raises the tip jar's suggested amount from 5 to 10. You learn the bar's ancient PA system has exactly 1 working channel. Your setlist notebook replaces the old spiral one under your mattress. Level 3, the viral breakout. Dale plays Rustin' Runaways once, unannounced, during the 2 a.m. slot on WMBK 91.3. The station phone rings 4 times before sunrise. Nobody who calls will say how they got the number. A trucker driving through Millbrook records 15 seconds of it off his radio and posts the clip online. His caption reads, "Small town radio, somebody needs to hear this." By Sunday, the clip has 900,000 plays. A woman comments underneath it, "I've listened to this 11 times on my lunch break and I still don't know why I'm crying." It gets 40,000 likes. Your dad reads the comments over your shoulder at the kitchen table and doesn't say anything, just gets up and refills his coffee twice in a row. A music blog called The Tape Deck writes 600 words about you under the headline, "The Kid from Nowhere, Ohio." By Wednesday, it's 4 million. At 11:47 p.m., a woman named Reina Ortiz messages you directly. Her message is 4 words. Who manages you right now? Nobody does. You're 17, answering from the bathroom floor, the only room with a lock. Reina's business card is thick cardstock, heavier than anything else in your wallet, and you take it out just to look at it 4 separate times before she calls again. The first time a stranger recognizes you outside of Millbrook, it's in a gas station in Columbus, and your hands shake so badly you can't sign the napkin she hands you. Reina flies to Millbrook 2 weeks later and sits at your kitchen table while your dad reads a contract line by line. He makes her explain the word advance twice before he'll sign as your guardian. Your first flight is to Nashville. Your ears pop over the Appalachians and you have no idea that's normal. You keep touching the seatbelt buckle because you've never worn one that clicks instead of latches. The studio smells like burnt coffee and foam paneling. A producer named Theo Bashara asks you to sing the second verse 11 different ways. There's a bowl of green apples by the door that nobody ever seems to eat, and you eat 3 of them out of nerves during the first session alone. He picks take 4. You would have picked take 9. You learn to trust his ears more than your own, at least for now. Our Rustin' Runaways, re-recorded and released properly, debuts at number 63 on the chart. You refresh the page 9 times before believing it. You call your mom collect from a hotel phone in Nashville because your cell plan doesn't cover roaming and she has to accept the charges to hear your voice. The first time you hear your own voice come out of a car radio that isn't yours, you make the driver turn around so you can hear it again. The video gets subtitled into 4 languages by strangers within a week. Your phone battery dies twice a day just from notifications alone. A late-night host mentions your name and mispronounces it on air. Your school principal asks for a photo for the front hallway display. Reina sends a follow-up email with an actual signing bonus attached. Your dad reads the contract's fine print out loud, twice, slowly. The label flies you out on a red-eye you almost sleep through. Nashville's studio door has your name misspelled on the temporary nameplate. Theo makes you sing the chorus standing instead of sitting just once. You eat your first real sushi in the studio's break room, nervously. The label's lawyer explains royalties using a napkin diagram. Your first paycheck has more zeros than you know how to say aloud. You call Dale from the studio just to tell him first. The label assigns you a publicist named Marisol who talks fast. Your first real interview question is simply, "So who even are you?" You answer it badly, then better, then perfectly by the 5th outlet. The label wants a music video within 2 weeks of release. You shoot it in one 12-hour day in a rented barn. Your mom cries watching the final cut before anyone else sees it. The chart number updates every Tuesday, and you learn to dread Tuesdays. Strangers will start tagging your hometown on a map you didn't know existed. You buy new strings without checking the price for the first time. Level 4, the chart topper. The label books you as the opening act on a 22-city tour for Wes Calloway, country radio's biggest name that year. Wes doesn't learn your name for the first 11 shows. His tour manager calls you opener to your face. Your stylist for the tour, a woman named Priya Anand, throws out your childhood jean jacket the first week, and you steal it back out of the wardrobe truck at 2 a.m. Then, in Tulsa, your song outperforms his single on the request line for the first time. He starts saying your name after that. Your next single is called $6 Tip Jar, $1 more than the jar that sat empty at the Rusty Anchor. It debuts at number 7. You buy your parents' mortgage down by half with the first royalty check, and you don't tell anyone the exact number. The first hate comment you ever read says your voice sounds manufactured now. And you read it 11 times, standing in a hotel bathroom before you can make yourself put the phone down. The magazine cover shoot takes 4 hours for a photo that gets used for 6 seconds on a newsstand you pass without looking at it. Your mom keeps the country paper's 4-sentence article from level 2 laminated in her purse and pulls it out to show reporters who ask about where it all started. You buy your dad a used pickup truck, the same model as the one whose radio only got 2 stations, and he refuses to let anyone else drive it. Not even you. 6 weeks before your first headlining arena show, you wake up and your voice comes out as a whisper, and it won't come back. The doctor's word is hemorrhage. He says the words could be permanent, and you sit in the car in the clinic parking lot for 40 minutes before you can drive. You cancel 11 shows. Ticket holders post angry messages under a statement you didn't write yourself. For 6 weeks, you're not allowed to speak above a whisper, so you write instead. 40 pages of lyrics in total silence in your childhood bedroom. The vocal therapist makes you hum single notes into a phone app for 15 minutes a day, and for the first 2 weeks, the app can't even detect a pitch. The surgery works. The first sound you make afterward, alone in a hospital bathroom, is just one note, held for as long as you can hold it. 11 weeks later than planned, your first headlining arena show sells 18,000 seats in 9 minutes. Backstage, Wes Calloway, the man who once called you opener, knocks and hands you a bottle of water and says only, "Make it count out there." Your first arena soundcheck runs 40 minutes over, alone, on purpose. You keep a whiteboard of banned foods taped above your dressing room mirror. Wes starts closing his own sets with a line crediting your song. Your parents fly out for the first arena show, coach, both terrified of flying. Backstage catering finally learns you hate cilantro after 11 shows. You start signing merchandise with just your first name now, nothing else. Level 5, the Icon. 3 years later, you headline stadiums on 4 continents, and Rust and Runaways is the song 40,000 people sing back at you every single night. At a tribute night, 6 different artists cover it, and you can't finish listening to 2 of them without leaving the room. A 12-year-old on a televised singing competition performs your song and cries before she even finishes the first verse. Backstage after that broadcast, you sit with her for 11 minutes and tell her about the shoebox lined with couch cushions. She doesn't believe you at first. You fund new recording equipment for WMBK 91.3, and the plaque on the studio door reads Dale's Room, because he refused to have his own name any bigger than that. At the award show, they call your name in a category you didn't expect to win, and the walk to the stage feels longer than the whole tour. You still keep the original pawn shop Yamaha, the one with the buzzing low E in a glass case in your dressing room, restrung but never repaired. On the 20th anniversary of that first open mic, you go back to the rusty anchor and play a surprise show for 94 people. Big Sal, still running the place, keeps your original tip jar behind the bar and refuses every offer anyone's made to buy it from her. The same tip jar sits on the same stool. You put a $100 bill in it before you play a single note. Your dad still drives the truck you bought him to the same IGA on Route 9 where you once bagged groceries for guitar strings. 20 minutes before your biggest stadium show yet, alone in the tuning room, you pick up the old Yamaha instead of the touring guitar. Your fingertips, still faintly calloused after all these years, find the same broken chord shape from that first grainy video. The 6th string still buzzes. You don't fix it. Some things you keep exactly the way they were the day they started. Your stadium rider now includes a request for the same cheap guitar picks. A translator learns your entire set in 6 languages for the world tour. You keep Dale's old coffee can empty on your tour bus dashboard. Your mom still calls before every single show, every single time. A fan in Tokyo sings every word in an accent you can't place. You learn the words to your own song in 3 other languages. Your childhood bedroom is now a small, official museum room, oddly enough. The IGA on Route 9 puts your framed photo above the register. You still tape your fingertips before every show out of habit now. Carter, your old best friend, finally hears the demo 9 years late. He says he wishes he'd pressed play on your phone that day. Your old algebra teacher sends a letter, unprompted, after your Grammy win. You frame the confiscated notebook page and hang it in your studio. A kid outside the stadium plays your riff badly on a cheap guitar. You stop and listen for exactly 1 full minute before walking inside. Your name is misspelled on one banner in every single stadium somehow. You've stopped correcting it. It's become its own kind of tradition. Big Sal still won't accept free tickets to your shows. She always pays. If you made it all the way to the end, you're officially at the final level. Subscribe for the next journey, leave your ideas in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.